Okay, the other thing was how do we add a restriction that allows the player to carry items only up to a specified maximum weight. You have a variable current weight that you set to 0 in your constructor, and then you never change its value. So its value is always 0. So this is always going to be false. I see you have this call to get weight for the item that you're trying to take. We kind of talked about this in the last version of the project you sent me. When you were in the game class, with print items, you had this call to get string, but then you didn't do anything with the string. So you retrieved the string, but that's all you did. So the user didn't see anything until you printed it out. Okay, so it's a similar idea here. Get weight returns a value, but if you don't do anything with that value, then it's as if there's no reason to have that statement there. Now, one thing you could do is I'll do a cut here and a paste here. You could check and see if the individual item weighs more than 150. Okay, that's a reasonable thing to do. And then if you can't pick up individual items more than 150, then you could say this item is too heavy. What we really want to do, though, is look and see how much we're already carrying first. So, and then that way, if our total weight plus the weight of this item is too much, then we're out of luck, right? So, how can we get what we want then is to sum over all the values. So if you look at this method right here where you say get item strings, you're looping through all the keys, and it's kind of like making a sum. You're concatenating all the strings together, right? So you start out with your base string, which is just this, you are carrying blank, and then you add to it as you loop through. Okay, so we're going to do a similar kind of thing to figure out the total weight that we're carrying. Okay, so we could there's a couple of ways we could do it. Let's do public double get total weight. Okay, so we're going to use the idea. So this one's going to return a double, right? Because it's returning a number. So when we did this get item string, we were returning a string. Okay, so with get item string, we started out with a basic string and added to it, and then we returned whatever we collected. Okay, so we're going to do something similar here with get total weight. We're going to start with some weight, and we're going to start out at 0, and then have some kind of a loop here, and then once we've collected all the weights, we'll return that weight that we've added up. Okay. So what's a good way to do this? So what we could do is, well, actually, I think I might have stuck it in here already. Yeah, if if you add this import javautil.collection to the top here, you can we can actually use. I'll show you. So Java class libraries. So I think I have it up already. Hash map. So if we look at hash map, it'll tell us all the different kinds of methods we can call on our hash map. So our collection of items is a hash. Is a hash map, and those are the items that we want to look at to get our total weight. Okay, so if we look here in hash map, what we can do is, remember, hash map has a key and a value. Okay, and for our hash map, for our items hash map, our key is the string, which is the name, basically the name of the item, or the description of the item, whatever. And then we have the item itself, right? So to get to the weights, we need these to loop through these items themselves, right? And we want to look at every single item in the collection. So really, if we can just get all the values and then add up all those values, that's really all we want to do. So we used key set to get the set of strings that we were keying on. So to get all these, to get this part of the hash map, we used key set down here. Let's see. Yeah, right here we said items.keyset. That gave us all the keys. But what we want this time is we want to loop through all the values. So what we can use here is this guy, values. Okay, it returns a collection view of the values contained in this map. That's what we want. So let's go to get weight and say collection. It's going to be a collection of items. Let's call it item collection equals items dot values. Okay, so compile that. Okay, so now we have to loop through this collection and add up the weights. All right, so let's say for we'll use a for each loop. I think we can do that. Let's see. Collection weight plus equals item dot get weight. Okay, see that compiles. Okay, so now we have this total weight, and that's everything that we're carrying. So what we want to do is to say if the sum of get total weight plus the item's weight is more than 150, that's too much. Okay, so if that sum is more than 150, that's too much. So that will that should work. I'll let you test it out, but that should restrict you so that you can't take items that weigh too much.